however you think
This
you
is
look
fine.
really cute.
Okay, I'll do this way.
Yeah, so
And if I look this way and I look at you,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that, okay?
yeah, I think they'll like it. And
Okay.
this is another long time coming interview because we've been waiting over a year to do this one, actually.
Well, I don't know when you told me, but
Yeah, quite some time. And as promised, this is Stan Gurvitz, actor extraordinaire, and this does come under the actor. I call it actors' other endeavors because I always find that actors and other entertainers tend to have some other interesting thing they do. And it was like the very minute I think you were talking about that you considered yourself a treasure hunter. I went, okay, you're coming in front of the camera.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I know you owned a pawn shop for a while. Is that when the treasure hunting type thing started, or was the treasure hunting before that?
Well, when I was a little boy, my father tried to make money any way he could. So he used to sell at flea markets.
Oh.
And then he used to run around the flea market, put us in charge, run around. So then I started to figure it out, So that's how it started. So
Okay.
I must have been 5 or 6.
5 or 6. Oh my gosh. I mean, at my age, I still don't think I know anything. And even though I would like to, I know, of course, I don't do it as often. So did you get into the habit of like garage sailing and doing that weekly, or I mean, just early on?
Well, having a pawn shop also helps. I mean,
Yeah.
later on in my life, I had that.
Right.
But in times in your life, you have ups and downs.
Right.
You're on the top and then you're on the bottom, so you have to find multiple sources of income. So I had a whole lot of houses at one time, and then in 2007 I lost everything, and I came back to Indianapolis and I worked for 11 months in the hood fixing the houses up.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to start all over. So I would be buying CDs from everybody, and then I take them and sell them. I stay up all night long, sell them on Facebook, eBay, put them on for 99 cents and let them go.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 9 o'clock in the morning when I got up, I had sold 50 of them.
Wow.
And then I just start getting ready to the post office and go to the post office, and that helped make a lot of money to keep things
Okay.
going when things were so bad. And so
Okay.
that's what I did. And then and I go around to garage sales as well. Right now I live in Florida, and I hit about 50 to 75 on a weekend,
Oh, okay.
like a Saturday. And then
So
my son went
Is
to
that-
college, and
that's a lot of garage sales. I was
It
going to
is,
say, I
it
feel
is.
like I don't see that
well,
many.
you go to neighborhood sales, and you put your car, and then you walk up and down the street. If you figure there's 25, 30 houses on a street, or
Mhm.
in a couple streets, well, you're hitting boom, 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 and then you have a list of kind of what you're looking for.
Okay.
Categories. Mine are men's watches, jewelry, and when you ask for things like this from the people, you have to separate the idea of men's watches, because women don't think men's watches are jewelry.
Oh.
So you have to actually ask, do you have jewelry? Do you have any men's watches? I also do video games and systems, musical instruments, and fishing reels.
Oh.
Okay, like this.
Right. Yeah, it's like out there. Like jewelry, fishing reels.
No, but then
Yeah, I know.
then there's other things that
Yeah.
you look at. You look at the idea that let's say that I do handyman work now. I used to have
Yeah.
a bunch of houses, so I learned that trade as well. So so there's tools.
Right.
Now there's some tools that are hand tools that are worth a lot of money, like Matco, things like that.
Okay.
There's a certain brand. And I went to a garage sale in St. Petersburg, where I live, and there was a neighborhood sale, and I was there early, and I walked through, and the people were putting it out. Like, can I look through this stuff? Oh, sure, go ahead. And I looked through it, and then I said, how much for these wrenches? And she says, oh, $0.25 a piece. And so I started going through them, and there was all these.
Oh, wow.
Not all of them. Some of them were odd lots. So I picked them up. It cost me around $4, and I think I sold them for somewhere around $200.
Wow.
So
Yeah, I do have to say it's kind of like better than I do with the stuff I accumulate. I always say that because, in our case, most of my treasure hunting I have to do within the walls of the house. And literally, I think other people understand that. It's like when it's a house that people have been in for decades and decades, there's the clutter that everybody accumulates. And I like to rehome it rather, because I don't know if you donate it. I mean, I find out they don't keep everything. Maybe they're going to throw it away, and I would feel bad if maybe there'd been somebody who wanted it. So I always try to make that effort. Now, you said by certain brands, for people out there, if they're, I guess everybody, I'm going to say this, and I think I blame Antiques Roadshow. I blame them because everybody thinks everything they find is that
rich. It's
that
they're
thing.
gonna hit the jackpot.
Yeah, they're gonna. They found. They find a vase at a garage sale.
Like a hobnail.
Yes, I brought that for you to.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have fun with this.
Oh yeah.
But everybody thinks they have found the thing, and now this is my rule of thumb. Most of the time, it's not going to be it. That's just my, and if you go in with that attitude, then thinking everybody, you're going to always find something. But, say somebody has, you ask about jewelry.
Sure.
And, what should people be looking for?
You have to look for marks on things.
Okay.
Like silver's 925, it's sterling. You can get, Patco, whatever it is. Alpaca. Alpaca comes from Mexico, and that's 80% silver. And then you gotta look at for gold. There's 18, 22, 18,
14,
10,
even 10, yeah,
and even 9. There's even less.
I've never seen
9 in it. Well, usually that's on dental stuff.
Oh, okay.
Films.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard it just called dental gold.
Yeah, dental. So anyway, and there's don't bother with anything that's what do you call it? Like silver plate or gold plated. Don't bother with that. It's just like it's considered like paint. Right. And nobody wants that. And silver plate is not, unless you find something very, very vintage, very, very old.
Okay. So does that apply too? Because I know we were actually discussing this before, that there's some costume jewelry that is considered collectible, and then there's what I call modern fashion jewelry, which So how would somebody know if they were actually looking at collectible costume?
You have to research it.
Okay.
I would say the best thing to do is network yourself. You network yourself. You find people who buy. There's in Florida. There's this lady I got, and she buys fashion costume jewelry, and another guy, he buys car parts.
Oh, okay.
And another guy, he buys mechanics, and they buy tools, and you just gotta have all these different people that you can call.
Okay.
They're easy to put in your phone, And
yeah.
Video games, I have about a half a dozen people who want that. I went to a thrift store about a week ago, and this guy was buying up golf clubs.
Oh, okay.
And so I went to him and I said, you do that? I've got a couple sets of golf clubs in my storage unit. Would you be interested in looking at them? He said, sure. And he lives in a place called Gulfport, Florida, which is kind of artsy-fartsy place. And I'm a handyman now. And after all the things I've done, a handyman. So I have a lot of clients where he lives. So he called me the other day, but when I get back to Florida, I have to take it over to him.
Oh, okay.
Probably. I found them in an alley. Okay.
Yeah,
and there's lots of stories that go with all this stuff. You have to try to figure out the stories. That's the fun part. Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's treasure hunting, but then I also buy storage units.
Right.
So I like storage,
like you see in Storage Wars, yeah.
And I kind of make it a game and try to figure out who these people were, why they got what they did, which storage, who's this belonged to.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun.
And, so you were pointing to these. Because this is another thing. Now, this isn't something I went and bought for the show. It's stuff that's been around.
Yes, you did. No.
He did. He's like this. So, actually, two of them.
Yeah.
And so, Now that's something I never remember. You reminded me that this, when you get the bumpy, it's called hobnail. Okay, and you've seen that on all kinds of glass.
Sure. Milk glass.
And right, and so when it's white, everybody thinks every white thing they see is milk glass, and it isn't. It's not. What you talk about the stories? It was my sister's mother-in-law, when she was alive, collected milk glass, but her father-in-law didn't really know anything about it. So, he'd find, white glass with the and bring it to her, and she'd always say, "Oh, thank you, I love it," even though it wasn't real milk glass.
She didn't put it in the trash, right?
No, she, so actually when she had passed and everything, there was a lot of genuine milk glass mixed in with this stuff, and so it's a matter of sorting it out. So if somebody came across this, how do you determine?
Well, first of all, it's not as people don't collect this as much anymore, so it's not as valuable.
And I understand. So it's just something I happen to have.
Well, what you do is you go to a flea market. And somebody who sells this, and tell them, look, I've got a lot of this stuff. You're not going to make a fortune on it because it's not as popular anymore.
Right.
But you take your cases in there and say, listen, how much you give me for this?
Right.
And then you could sell it to a dealer at the flea market.
Okay, so
it's not so. It's like when you find a bunch of VHS tapes.
Okay.
VHS tapes now are not a lot. There are some Disney ones that are worth a lot of money.
Right.
Okay. But you have to do research. You have to get online. You have to figure out what it is you have. And a lot of times, you can actually do take this piece and put it on a table like this and take a Google shot.
Right.
And then they tell you, maybe give you a ballpark figure.
Yeah. So, because I guess, I think it's this type of thing, because I think what I'm gleaning is that really if you're deciding you want to be a treasure hunter as opposed to a weekend garage sailor trying to find a bargain for your house, if you're actually a treasure hunter and you see a bunch of this, you just grab all of it and then try to source.
It's all about doing research.
Yeah.
You have to, in your off time, look online, go on eBay. There's an eBay sold spot. And you can go and put flower vase or whatever this is, eBay sold, and then it's about 10 inches. And so you put that in there, hobnail milk glass, and you try it and see what happens.
Oh, okay.
See what it comes up as, and you might have an idea of what somebody else bought it for.
Okay. So and I like this kind of organic thing. See, even I'm learning more about...
Now the real one that you want to find is the one that has blue casting to it. Milk glass with blue casting. The hobnails they look blue.
Really?
Yeah, when they come here, and it's gorgeous, and it's
never seen,
and it's very expensive.
I've never seen that. I mean, and I've seen a lot of it. What was interesting is that I think for a while I didn't understand that the white glass without the hobnail was also milk glass.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that actually until we had a couple pieces from, again, my sister's
I mean, there's
mother-in-law.
other kind of glass too. There's carnival glass.
Right.
And there's different colors of carnival
glass, yeah.
So you have to, find it. Now, I mean, it's like if you're going to look for China. China's very difficult right now. You can buy a whole set for 12, 15 people for $5 to $10.
Right, exactly.
China. I mean, if you like it and you look at the difference between porcelain and China, well, the easiest way is take a plate and put it up to the sun. If you can see through it, it's porcelain. Generally speaking, it's porcelain. And the others are heavier.
Right.
So, you want to buy Limoges if you can find it. Limoges is from France. And I went to a garage sale a couple months ago, and I saw this little ashtray, and it had gilding on it, which is gold. Gold paint, really. Yeah. Anyway, and it was a little ashtray. And first of all, ashtrays are more expensive because people don't smoke as much. So they're harder to find. And this, I turned it over, Limoges, France.
Oh, wow.
And I said, how much do you want for this? She says, oh, give me 50 cents. Well, I don't know what it cost. I never looked it up.
Yeah.
It's in my China cabinet.
No, right now.
So that's something that I don't have on my list.
Oh, okay.
But you just have to be.
And I think too, if you have these things before you start just throwing them in your garage sale, maybe the best advice there is do research yourself.
Yeah, it's hard.
Be your own treasure hunter.
It's hard though.
It's
very hard when you're doing a garage sale.
No, I'm saying, but like before you decide to,
Right.
And I mean, it's like here, what I've been doing for years with stuff, and I research stuff the best I can, and then, do what I think will help move it.
But here's the deal: you won't be able to sell something that's a collector's item for collector's price at a garage sale.
Right, exactly.
You have to take it out of the garage sale and sell it on a different format.
That's
because people expect a garage sale prices at garage.
Right. No, but what I was suggesting is that before you actually have a garage sale, to do what I've been doing, which is, you find something, you research it, and you try to sell it.
Then sometimes you find a really, really good thing. Like, okay, there's I don't know. I came across when I buy storage units. I came across a stack of Playboys.
Oh wow!
Okay, like this.
Yeah.
Well, one of them in there is a Marilyn Monroe. It's the first issue.
Second issue.
Okay.
Actually,
I've been corrected. Anyway,
finally I got him.
Okay. Anyway, but you can't sell that online, and you can sell it on eBay. You can't sell it on Marketplace. They throw you off. And you can't sell things that are like I bought a scooter once, a scooter that for knees when you have a knee operation.
Yeah.
You cannot sell that on Marketplace.
Right.
They throw it up because it's a medical device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know.
No. What the older people need those walkers. You can't sell walkers. You can't sell anything. And it's not really a medical device. It's not a device. It's not a dent unit or something like that. So you have to be careful what you start buying, and you have to have a place that you have to start selling.
Right.
A lot of times, when I had my pawn shop, I already knew what I was going to sell it for when I bought it. Then then you know what you can buy it for.
Right.
Because you have to have that spread.
Okay.
Because let's say that it doesn't sell right away, and if you put it in a storage unit, it's a law, or your garage,
right,
or a storage unit more because you're paying for it. It's the law of diminishing returns.
Exactly.
So the longer you have it, the least amount it's worth to you because you're paying that storage unit to house it.
So, like with anything else, what I'm guessing, or gleaning, I should say it here, is that with treasure hunting, if you want to say that, you have to make a real commitment. So for you, because I'm listening to all the time and all the work and all the research, everything that you're putting in. So essentially, if you have somebody who sees, Pawn Stars or one of these shows on TV, and I'm going to start going to garage sales and do treasure hunting. Well, and it's fine, but what I'm gleaning, and the message I guess I would like people to take away from this is that they're not going to walk into one garage sale and there's going to be a Ming vase there.
Maybe.
Well,
maybe.
That would be
I'm
lovely.
looking for it. I lost it. I had it once.
Right. But there's, like anything else, there's some effort and some work with it.
Here's the thing when you do buy storage units, though. It's a lot of work.
Yes.
More work than you ever would think.
Well, you have, depending how much stuff there is too, you have to clean it all out.
Well, yeah, you buy it. They hold you $100 of your money until you clean it out. You only have 48 hours to clean it out. Now, what are you going to do with that stuff? Okay, yeah, you're looking for... my sister likes to sell Coach purses, vintage Coach purses, and other things. I don't do well with a lot of ladies' products because I really don't know, but I don't know it. I mean, I have a tote full. The last one I bought, a tote full of vintage Ralph Lauren shirts.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to have to clean them, iron them, take pictures. Put them on eBay because they won't sell on Marketplace unless you... Now, there was another time that I got a shirt out of one of these units, and the shirt it had a sewn label in it, and it was very ornate, and it was made by this guy, and I can't remember his name, in 1970s. Okay, and that shirt sells for on eBay, sold on eBay for $185. New, it was over $500 for the shirt. So it was a designer shirt.
Right.
But I noticed it looked different. So so anyway, that was something that I got, you know. But you want to hear some of the strange things that I've bought and sold?
I think they would.
I think they would.
Okay.
I bought I got in a bidding war with some jerk on because I saw my main thing is I like to buy jewelry.
Right.
I like to buy silver, gold, diamonds, with that sort of thing. I like it. I don't do much with it until the market goes up. Then I sell it. I'm still a precious metals buyer, and I can go to a refinery. Anyway, so I looked at this thing. You do everything online now. You don't go up and look at them. So you get this picture, and in this picture there are 5 jewelry boxes stacked up, and then in a picture in the back there's 7 more. Okay. So I said, okay, I'm going to bid on this. So I ended up bidding $550 on it. And I don't usually go over 100, 150. Okay, and I'm nervous already. Some guy was bidding it up. And I was going and trying to get this. And then I didn't really give that much of a look to what was in there other than that. I mean, because I was looking at other things. You have to, when you buy a storage unit, you got to make sure that you can make money on what you can see. Right. Because the workload is, and this took me 5.5 days, and I went to the manager. I said, look, I know you gave me 72 hours. I said, I'm going to need more time, and I want my $100 back. So he says, he didn't want to clean it out, so he gave me another couple days to get it done. I was going to forfeit my $100 because I was like over from all. Okay. Anyway, what was in there were crafts, arts and crafts. Arts and crafts. I was so upset. Okay, so I was looking around and I'd taken everything out, and this lady had so many crafts. I mean, all kinds of crafty stuff. I tried to sell some of it, and I sold a little bit of it. And then I went and opened some other things, and I found a prosthetic leg. Oh, wow. A lady's prosthetic leg. And so I did it. I ended up selling a prosthetic leg for $200. Huh. So, this is a strange thing, you know? Right. But still, after all the taxes and everything, it's $650 I have to come up with to break even. And I'm already working on it 4 days straight. And if I would do something else, I would have made a lot more money. Okay. So I found coins, and I found a few pieces of jewelry, and I found, because there's always coins, there's always money, just plain money. In garbage bags, you open everything out. Right. You got to look in every single birthday card, anniversary card, every single paper, because there are these cash cards now. You know, these gift cards. Right. So I found gift cards. Oh. I found other things, and I found everything. So I go through it all, and so it ended up that with the prosthetic leg and everything, I ended up with $634. And still has this pile of crap that I had to go through. And I was depressed because I said, I got to clean this stuff out. I don't want to do it. And I spent too much more money on it. And so it had furniture in it. I smashed it all down because it was crappy furniture. It's the kind that has like cardboard inside. It's just junk. So I smashed it all down. I took it to the dump. But, I didn't do it. I thought I had everything off of it. And then I use, if they have trash bags in there, I use their trash bags. Okay, why should I use mine? I paid for it already. Right. So I put one, it was a big leaf bag, I put it in, I lifted it up, and it spilled all over the place. And I had to do it twice. Oh, no. So I'm picking it up, and then I looked over at a bookcase, and there was a shadow, there wasn't much light, there was a shadow under the bookcase. I said, oh my God, look at that, there's a box over there. And it looked like it was a box about that big. And I'm saying, oh my God, please let it be that, please. So I go over and I pick it up, and it was sterling silverware for $1,500. Oh, wow. One item. Right? So I ended up making a couple grand off the thing from all the stuff I did and paying the bill. Yeah. But there was trash all over. I was dancing. I was going, woo! I was dancing. And everybody was coming by looking to see what I was doing. I said, I found some. Yeah. And so it was really kind of. Okay. So that was like fun stuff. Like, yeah. But it was terrible again.
I know. That just, yeah.
I found cremations in these things.
Oh, wow.
So I found a child's cremation. I found a grandmother. So I take them back to the office and I just say, give these to the people. It's their family. Give them back to their family, please. You can't do anything. You can't allowed to do anything anyway. Just give it back to them.
So what is the, like, I mean, is that the craziest thing you ever found? What is, or
I don't know.
What is like the absolute craziest thing you ever found in a storage unit?
I don't know. Crazy. I don't know. Sometimes if I don't like it, I just throw it away. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
And everybody, all my friends come to my house when they know I bought one.
Oh.
Because I give them everything. So.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. Crazy. It's...
Yeah,
I thought the prosthetic leg was pretty good.
Then
I kind of like rationalized it. I said, well, if a poor person, okay, has diabetes or something, a woman, it was a woman's leg, loses her leg and she can't afford a leg to stand. She doesn't have a leg to stand on. Anyway, so but I thought that would be for $200. She could go get it fit and put the fitting on there, and it was a carbon fiber thing, and it was top of the line hinges and everything. I looked all this up after I found it, and so I figured she would be. Wouldn't she be like?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say another pun.
Thank you.
But anyway,
thank you.
But anyway, it's kind of. There's a lot of crazy things. I just don't remember them all. But you just. I got last one I bought was a month ago. I bought one unit for $12.90.
Okay.
Took me 2 days to empty it out, and I live in Florida, and I don't have a garage, and I was doing it in front of my house with the fence, and then I put some sunscreens up, and I put a table out there, and I was going through it, and I got all kinds of stuff. So why? And all my friends says, "Why did you buy this thing? So much work and so much stuff." I gave almost everything away. What it had was those totes that go like this.
Yeah.
And you can stack like 10 of them up. Well, I had 17 of those, the same size, and I had 10 of the other ones. I sold them all for $200.
Oh, yeah. People actually like storage containers.
Yeah. And especially if they don't want the kinds that you have those lids and you put them on, they slide off. You have to keep picking them up. And so anyway, so these are really good ones, and so they're used. So that was a good way. I found the Pillsbury Doughboy cookie jar in it. I sold that for $35. It had a toolbox that goes on the back of a pickup truck. That was dented. I sold that for $25. I put it on and somebody came right to my house.
Oh, wow.
It was like that fast. And then there was another tool bin that has that you lift up. It's huge. It's a work bin that they use on sites. It was from Home Depot. Had big old tires and everything. Sold that for $50. So I made $400 on this one.
Oh, okay.
For $12.
That's not bad.
And still got junk. The problem with those is you have junk sitting around.
Right.
Because you think they're worth something, and then you have to wait till somebody buys it. And then you go buy the next one.
Okay.
And then you have to wait till somebody buys everything. Then you have to go to the next one. Next thing you know, they're calling the Board of Health on you. No, I'm just kidding.
It's been a lot of fun talking to you about this. I mean, it has. I hope you've enjoyed it. And like I said, I guess the takeaway, again, for me certainly, and anybody interested in that kind of thing, is there is a lot of work involved. So we're going to keep chatting about other things, but I will see you next time, wherever.